Hello, everybody. As you can see, I've got the tie on. We've got the top hollow music going on in the background, and that means that we've got some more Pokemon Sleep news. Now, this might confuse y'all because there wasn't really a lot of news last night. It wasn't posted as news in the game, but we had maintenance last night. And maintenance oftentimes comes data mines, and data mines are always interesting to look at if you are in the channels to see the data mine findings. And a huge shout out to Sarah B here. Oh, whoops, wrong scene. This is the scene. Huge shout out to Sarah B here, who posted all these in the Pokemon Sleep Discord. They found all this information while doing some data mines last night. I woke up to this and it was a pleasant surprise this morning, so crazy stuff though. I didn't think I was going to have enough stuff to actually make a news video this morning, so that's why I didn't really bother staying up for it, but it is crazy stuff and enough stuff that I wanted to talk about it because it does show us a little bit of the future of Darkrai and what's going on with it. So, what is Cerebi saying they found? Well, they found this seed. Now, we already knew about this seed because it was shown to us at the end of the Cresselia versus Darkrai event. And it's called a Eureka seed, apparently, is how it's currently translating to. And there's some very interesting text here. Basically saying that it'll allow us to change or unlock Darkrai's helping stats. What's funny is this is actually very similar to kind of what I was theorizing. I was hoping that every time, and this is always kind of one of my theories. I made a Reddit post about it. I'll link it in the description because I think it's kind of funny. I was scarily accurate to what they're kind of trying to do with it here, if this data mine is to be believed. Now, it is a data mine. They can change their minds before they release stuff. But likely at this point, it's close enough to the event. I don't think they're modifying it before the new moon event comes around. So, likely. This is all likely. But anyway, I was always theorizing maybe the seed is to randomize its abilities. Because I think being able to set our abilities would be a bit overpowered. Because then everyone could just set Berry Finding S helping bonus, that most powerful combo, and bam. Instantly OP Pokemon, no matter what its stats are, really. And it looks like you're gonna be, every time that it's the new moon, there's a chance to encounter Darkrai, which Sarah B found and posted here. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, it's also mythical seed in Japanese apparently. So it looks like Darkrai is going to have the opportunity to spawn around the new moon, a relatively recurring event, and with this seed, then you can use it for 40 candies, 40 Darkrai candies, and it'll allow you to re-randomize its ingredients list, the wording's a little bit weird, but it could be the ingredients or the sub-skills could be randomized. Really just check out this thread in the Pokemon Sleep Discord. I think I always have the link to the Pokemon Sleep Discord in the description of my videos, so if you want to check that out, it's in the Data Mines Findings channel of the Discord, the Pokemon Sleep Discord. So, you use 40 candy for the seed, and then it randomizes the ingredients and sub-skills. They can't figure out what the sub-skills could be. It's not pullable right now. But the real interesting thing, when it comes to the ingredients, it's actually got, let's see, 8 different ingredients that it can have. Which means there's a bit more customizability, and it looks like it is fixed to a mono list, no matter which one it gets. So I think that's got really good potential for using it as a berry specialist or using it as a skill specialist and then supplementing the ingredients. And it's going to produce a significant amount of ingredients, even if it doesn't have an ingredient finding sub-skills or nature, because it's using ingredient finding base rates of like 2, 5, 7 for apples. Now, what's interesting is it's actually lower than what we would expect for other ingredients, but that's probably not just to make it a bit not super overpowered, because typically speaking, 2, 5, 7 is like what we expect from a base list. So it seems like they're basing it off of Apple's strength for its list, which is the weakest option available, because Fancy Apple is what's up here. But it theoretically can be a coffee farmer if you need a coffee farmer. It can be a corn farmer if you want to be a corn farmer. The thing is, it's randomly chosen, and every time you use a seed, it uses 40 candy, and you can really only get one seed by befriending Darkrai every time you encounter it around the new moon. So, there's a lot of randomness here. It's very, very interesting. And I like the way that they're taking it because it's still random. You still have to get lucky. It's still forcing you to use it rather than just making Darkrai the go-to pick on every player's team. If it was a build your own Darkrai, everyone would use Darkrai because you could get just the best stats. But you're gonna have to actually once every month we have an opportunity to encounter it and get another seed to randomize it again and try and get what we want. But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, and it might just be the sort of thing that you take what the game gives you. If you get a skill-focused one, maybe you take that. If you get maybe you settle for that, because it's going to be very expensive to re-roll it more times. If you get a very berry-focused one, you take that. If you get a very ingredient-focused one, that might be a bit more difficult to justify, because other Pokemon can do that job really well. But maybe you take it if it's what you need, and that's always a consideration. So I like what they're doing with Darkrai, or what it looks like they're doing with Darkrai. We'll see if this actually comes to fruition, if this data mine is to be believed. But once again, I don't think they'd be changing it this close to the event's release for the New Moon. So it looks like this is likely what we're going to have for Darkrai randomization and customizability for Darkrai sub-skills. But yeah, if you have enjoyed the video and want updates like these, please subscribe to the channel. Down in the description, we'll have a link to join the Discord. You can come join us, hang out, talk about all things Pokemon Sleep and the like. Also, huge shout out to all of my channel members. It is well appreciated. The join button's there if you want to become a channel member yourself. I don't have any paid rewards, but it's there if you want to show your support in that way and are financially capable of doing so. And as always, I thank you all for watching and hope that you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.